What's up, everybody? So I got a email the other day. Asked me right here. Asked me what do I think about the all this these cop killings that were going on, and killing black people. But I was watching O'Reilly the other day, and O'Reilly was saying that statistics show that whites are killed more by cops than blacks are. Statistics. I don't know how true. I gotta look it up. But what I think it is in part is due to a lot of it's all about money in America. People fail to realize the only thing that people respect in America is blood and money, and that's it. And I think a lot of this shit is taking place on black people in particular, because like black people, you don't see this shit happening to Asians, you don't see this shit happening to Latinos as much. You don't see it happening to the Jews because they all practice group economics. The money stays and bounces around in their neighborhood. They practice group economics. Black people don't practice group economics. Black people always talk about individualism. It's always talk about me, me, me. But nobody practice me, me, me in America quite as is kept. They all practice as a group. But black people are taught individualism. And people say it was all about Willie Lynch this, Willie Lynch that. Willie Lynch is a myth just as much as did Jesus shit. It's a myth. It's bullshit. What it was called was the meritorious manumission. And the way you could receive your merit, and it was a way a slave could become free. And there were three ways a slave could become free. It was to create wealth, invent something that would create wealth for white people, save a white man's life, or snitch on another black man that was trying to escape, and it was called the meritorious manumission. And black people always been at odds with each other, but for the most part, you look at black people, even in the hood, we not worried about money and shit like that, and that's what you need, and that's what we fail to realize. You need money in America, but most black people be happy in the hood with a barbecue and a beer. We happy with that. We not happy. Even like on Facebook, we get on Facebook and we brag about average bullshit. We brag about mediocre shit. But that's the way we are. I mean, that's the way black people are. And I just think in part, a lot of these killings are going on because black people don't bring nothing to the table as far as money's concerned. We was only brought here to America to create wealth for white people. That's what slavery was all about. And the rulers in Africa thought it was a joke. And they was letting black people go. And they thought it was a joke, and white people were more serious about it. They wanted to create wealth in America. They wanted to create wealth for themselves. It was all about money. And they would use black people as slave labor. Black people here in America now still doing the same shit we did when we first got here, begging for crumbs off a white people table instead of getting up and doing something for ourselves, And like I said again, like we always taught to practice individualism. And we always taught to see how far we can go in the white establishment. That's why you always see black people being rewarded as the first black to create this or the first black to do this. He's become accepted in a white establishment, which is cool. But but at the same time, I think he still has even like Chris Rock was making a joke about Denzel Washington. He said black actors have a different responsibility than white actors. Like people will see Denzel Washington walking down the street and they be like, "Hey, Denzel Washington, stay black." But you wouldn't see Sean Penn walking down the street and somebody would go, "Hey, Sean Penn, stay white. Don't forget where you come from." So it's different. But at the same time, you gotta look at it. Black people were brought here to America for slave labor. That's it. To create wealth for white people. But now that slavery is so-called over, we're not creating money for ourselves. We create money for white people. NFL players, NBA players, they leave their establishment and help white people make money for their establishment. If a basketball player is getting $14 million a year, imagine how much the owner is getting. We create wealth for white people, and then, like I said, we always called the first black to do this, or the first black to do that. So if you ask me, what it boils down to is that black people are not practicing group economics and practicing, making an establishment here in America is something that we could call our own. We got to start practicing group economics and stop looking over your shoulder and worrying about what another black man is about to do to you and shit like that. We got to learn, even if we don't like each other, we got to learn to get along.